everybody, and welcome back to Akshita's Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a tomato pickle recipe. Now I don't know how many of you have tried out tomato pickle. I do have a tomato chutney. Most of us make tomato chutney or tomato bhaji. So I have a recipe for that, but this is a different recipe. This is a tomato pickle recipe, and let's just jump straight ahead into today's recipe of tomato pickle. So let's get started by seeing what our ingredients are. So here I have about 250 grams of 5 large tomatoes cut into small cubes. This is half a cup of ginger garlic paste. This is 2 tablespoons of udid dal, 4 tablespoons of Kashmiri red chilli powder, 2 tablespoons of tamarind paste, quarter teaspoon of mustard seeds, quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, quarter teaspoon of asafotedia or hing, 1 tablespoon of gur, and some salt to taste. Now here I've heated about 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. Once your oil is heated up, you're going to add your mustard seeds, your asafoetida, as well as your haldi powder. Now once this is done, we're going to add the udid dal and we're going to add our ginger garlic paste. We have to fry this paste really well. So once you get the aroma of the ginger and the garlic, you know that it's fried very well. And now we're just going to add up our chopped up tomatoes. We don't want them very small, cubed very small, just medium sized cubes. We're going to give all of this a nice good mix. And then we're going to cover and cook this till it becomes nice and soft and the tomatoes are nice and soft and mushy. We have to keep stirring in between so that it doesn't get burnt at the bottom. So this should take you about 5 to 7 minutes for the tomatoes to actually get nicely cooked. Now once the tomatoes have completely cooked, we're just going to give it one more mix. And now we're going to add in our salt to taste. Give that a good mix once you've added the salt. Next, we're going to add the jaggery or the gur, and you can give it, add as per your taste. Next, we're going to add the Kashmiri red chilli powder for the nice color. And again, we're going to cook it for just about a minute. Once that is done, we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to add the tamarind pulp or the tamarind juice. Now, all I've done is just taken about 1 tablespoon of tamarind and soaked it in some hot water for about half an hour. Now, once our pickle is completely cooled, we're going to transfer it to a clean, dry glass jar and store it in a nice dark place. And this pickle can be had instantly. You don't have to wait for this pickle like other pickles, You can just have it immediately. It tastes simply delicious and you're going to love it. Stick around to hear the important points that I have to share while making this pickle. Now, one tip that I'd like to share with you on making this pickle is try to use, fresh tomatoes. Don't use tomatoes which have gone a little bit overripe. You need real nice taut tomatoes, nice and red and firm. And nowadays also you get these beautiful tomatoes with the little green leaf still retained on the top. I love those type of tomatoes. So if you can get your hands on those, they have a lovely flavor. And the dish really turns out, the pickle really turns out good. It has a very long shelf life. It lasts for almost a month or 2 if preserved well. And with all pickles, I'd like to give you a tip here, and I learned this from my grandmom. Never use water when you're making any pickles. And also secondly, whenever you're serving yourself, normally what happens is we always keep our pickles in a glass jar and use a spoon to take out how much ever we want. Always ensure that your spoon is completely dry, because even a little bit of moisture, a little bit of water does tend to, you know, spoil the pickle. So that's one tip I'd like to share. Also, try and keep your pickles either in a steel container or in a glass container. Ensure that your glass container is completely dry, clean. You can even sun dry your bottles before you want to put your pickles in them. That way they last for a longer time. Another way Another way to store pickles and ensure that they have a longer shelf life is to store them in a nice dark place. So somewhere behind in your kitchen cabinet, you know, in a nice dark place. That way they remain, you know, longer. And also of course the oil should always be a little bit more. I know we are all health conscious and we don't want to eat a lot of oily stuff, but pickles do require a little more oil than we normally use. Of course, what you can do is whenever you're serving yourself, you know, don't take the oil, just take the fleshy or the pulpy part of the pickle, and always have pickles, you know, very moderately. Like, you know, having it for lunch, just try to have like half a teaspoon. Don't go overboard with pickles. So these are a few tips that I'd like to share with all of you. And for those of you who really don't like my talking, you know, I can't help it. I just love chatting. So, you know, you can just skip to the recipe. But these are a few tips I thought I might just share with all of you, because otherwise sometimes, you know, we tend to use a little less oil and then our pickle gets spoiled. If we use a little bit of, you know, a wet spoon when serving the pickle, it might get spoiled. And how do you come to know that a pickle has turned bad? You will see a little whitish layer, you know, growing on the top of the pickle. So that means your pickle has gone bad. And so friends, I hope you liked today's recipe. Thank you, Anagha, for sharing this recipe with me. It's really amazing. So if you liked this recipe, don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. I need those thumbs up on my channel. Also, I need more and more subscribers. So for that, you need to subscribe to my channel, become a part of Akshita's recipes. I have lots and lots of more recipes and vlogs to share with all of you. So hit the red subscribe button that you see somewhere below the screen, and once you have subscribed, click the bell, because that way whenever I put up a new video or a new recipe, you'll get a message for the same. Also, I'm very active on Facebook, I'm very active on Instagram, I have my own blog. So I leave the links for all of that below in the description box, so you can follow me there, you can become friends with me on Facebook and Insta, and that way we can stay in touch. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, and stay healthy, stay fit, and also be loving and kind to one another. So on that note, I'd like to say bye, and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshita signing off. Bye.